overall, I can say that I enjoyed the movie.
Oh god, here it comes. Here comes this. Here comes the unpopular opinion. Hey everybody, so the audio is just going to be from the camera mic that we were filming on. It's not the greatest, but there is issues with the two mics we are using. One of them, the cord is just not working, so I apologize for that. I'm trying my best to figure out a solution to it, but right now it's echoing, and I think that this audio from the camera mics will sound way better compared to the echoing. I know that you guys don't want to hear echoing nonstop during this podcast, so sorry about that. I'm working on it. I really do apologize, but I will fix it very, very soon. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Exploring Disney, episode 4, I believe it is. 4, right? 3?
Yeah.
We were talking about the log ride, we were talking about Splash Mountain, and then number 2 was Disneyland opening soon, and then 3 was the recent one. I think this may be 4.
Well, I thought this was 3, but
I don't know, it's 3 or 4. It's been like 2 weeks since we filmed one, I know that for sure. So yeah, welcome back to the Exploring Disney podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Savannah.
And we are the Exploring Disney podcast. So today we're going to be talking about, of course, the elephant in the room, or in this case, the dragon that wasn't in the room, in Mushu. Or, I said Mushu, I meant to say Mulan. And Mulan, the live action remake. So, we're going to be giving you guys our review on it. It's not a very good review at all. I'm just going to put that out there. And I'm also going to put out there that there are spoilers in this. I'll try my best to avoid major spoilers, but I feel like you don't really need to protect spoilers with this particular film at all. But just keep in mind, if you haven't watched the film yet at all, there are spoilers in this. We're going to try to keep it light as far as spoilers go. And pre-warning, these are just our opinions. Clearly our opinions. There's lots of talks around this, and most of it is not the greatest, but these are just our opinions. We're going to try our best to kind of see it from the good point of view and see it from the bad point of view, which is a lot of it. Also, my hair is gray now, so that's dope. Gonna just decided to test out different colors, you know. Before we get started, make sure to check out our merchandise store, TeePublic link down below. We have Exploring Disney podcast merchandise on there. If you're listening on Spotify and you want to watch the visual version, then make sure to come over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SoCalExploring, and you can find our social medias at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram and at SoCal Exploring on Twitter. So let's get into it, Savannah, shall we? How much was it? How much was this glorious movie?
it was $30.
Exactly. For quote-unquote premiere access, you know, which we've talked about before. We've had a big conversation about it on if it's a good idea or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you right off the bat, do you think it was worth it for this particular movie?
No.
Okay.
But I don't think it's worth it for any movie, period, so.
You don't think... Okay, so say you haven't seen Christopher Robin yet, and it was just coming out this year.
I would not spend $30 to see it on my TV screen.
Really?
Yeah, I would. I already think something like $17 at the movie theaters is a lot just to see a movie when you could just wait 2 months and get it for $1 on.
Well, think about it though. Is it's during the pandemic? Like I'm saying, like during this current time.
I don't think.
So
I
you'd
would.
still wait?
No.
Well, I guess.
If you want to go like, I wouldn't pay the full $30, but if you want to be like, I'll pay $15, I'm like, okay, it's like a movie ticket price then. I'm like,
yeah, well then that'd make more sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that was the whole reason.
But I wouldn't buy it just for myself to watch it.
Well, that was the whole reason behind it. Of like, oh, well, it's worth value if you're paying for the whole family, which it is. It bought it, and then it's like we have like 5 people on our account, so we could all watch it, and it goes cross profile. So it once you bought it
It's on all the profiles.
Yeah, it gives you the receipt, and it's on all the profiles. You don't have to just click on, say, Scott's profile. You can click on like someone else's profile that's linked into the account. You obviously can't do cross accounts, but it's the profiles. You know, little avatars that you get. You know, mine is Baby Yoda, of course. That's what we mean. So, and it's good for forever. It's
That's
not.
Mine.
I forget which one yours is. It's Rapunzel, right?
Oh yeah.
It is Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I changed it.
But it is good for forever, essentially, until they get rid of Disney Plus, which will probably be never. So yeah, but let's get into the movie. So we'll break it down by the beginning of it and to the end of it. We knew from the beginning that there was going to be no Mushu, right?
Yeah.
Is there going to be no singing? Actually, that was something new to me. Did you know about that?
No.
You didn't know
But
that?
I kind of expected it to have no singing.
Even with, like, Aladdin and Lion King still having it?
Yeah, I thought, like... Well, this is like a wartime movie. It'd just be weird if they start singing, in my opinion.
Really? I feel like singing in war is realistic. But, okay, so that was new to me. That there was going to be no songs in it. I thought there were in true Disney fashion, that there's still going to be songs in it. I knew there wasn't going to be Mushu in it. And I didn't know that there's not going to be singing in it. So when I found that out the day that we were watching it, I was kind of upset a little bit, not going to lie. I was like, let's give this a chance. But not only that, they took out a lot of stuff. A couple key things, obviously. Mushu, singing by Grandma, which was... her one-liners just kind of made the cartoon, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cricket, right?
Yeah.
Which, do you remember if the cricket played a big part of the film? I think it was just kind of there.
I don't really remember the cricket at all.
You don't?
Like, I remember in the beginning, but after that...
Wait, in the beginning for sure. It was
I don't remember the cricket.
I know that she was on... The cricket was on the journey with Mulan as, like, the lucky cricket. But I don't think it was...
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah, but it just wasn't... Like, you can't do a talking cricket in a live action. That'd be dumb. It wasn't even a talking cricket, right? In the cartoon? No. It was just a normal cricket.
Yeah.
But it'd just be weird to have that cricket. Instead, the kind of guardian that was sent from the ancestors was a phoenix. So I don't really know what the significance behind the phoenix was, other than in the very beginning scenes of like her as a kid, it was that's what she broke, the phoenix, and I guess the phoenix is what represents the ancestors. But one of the things I didn't like is, where did that come from? Where did this, like, how did they choose that the phoenix was going to be the representation of the ancestor? But then again, I guess
because I think a phoenix overall represents like strength in like everything. Like that's what it represents, at least. Like, I would know.
That's true.
But I think that's what it represents, and in the movie it's like the whole thing's like about strength and like getting through it and everything. So I thought it was a good representation for it. If they're not having the dragon, I thought that was the best they could have done.
That is a good pick. I was just confused on why it was just that, but now that you talk about it like that, yeah, it's a good representation of being strong and stuff like that, and brave. I forget what the three little symbols were. Do you remember what the three symbols were on her sword?
Like true,
brave, and strong?
Loyal?
Oh, no. Loyal, true, and brave. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. And, like, the last one, like, at the end of the film was, like, devotion to family or something. But, yeah, I guess that's a good representation of the phoenix. Then again, we really had no significance behind Mushu in the cartoon. It was just kind of random, too, so.
It's a dragon in China. That is the significance.
Yeah, okay, well, fair point. I want to know your first thoughts on the opening scenes of her as a kid.
Well,
here's some notes if you forgot. Okay, you're good.
Well, first of all, I've never seen Mulan at all before this year. I watched it a couple months ago, the cartoon one or whatever. And when I wasn't really excited for this, because I wasn't a big fan of the cartoon version. So when I opened up, I was like, oh my gosh, this movie's gonna be so cringy. When she was like jumping everywhere on the roof, I was like, ooh. So yeah, I just thought like at that point, like, this is gonna be a bad movie.
Well, and the fact of the matter is I'm just so confused on why that was necessary. Like, why did we need that set up the phoenix? Because that's what she broke, was the phoenix, like the little statue that she broke. So was that necessary to introduce that? I'm just confused on what was necessary of it.
Yeah, I didn't understand why she had to chase a chicken.
A chicken that looked like okay, here's the thing about this, right? And we can both agree on this. those stunts look so crappy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why it was so cringy.
It was very, very cringy because like me and Savannah both like we were just like, oh god, this is bad. Because like if you guys watch the movie, Mulan jumping off the roof or jumping on the roof or just jumping around, you could like see, you can't see the line obviously that she's attached to, but you can tell that she's being like slowly dragged by a line. Like with most movies and stunts like that, you can't tell that because they don't make you feel.
They just look so fake.
Yeah, exactly. They're super, super fake. This is like, it's like I was watching them film it in person. Which isn't cool when you're seeing these stunts. Like, you could definitely tell that there's certain parts where she was gliding, like, super slowly.
Yeah.
That was, like, you could tell she's on a string. Which I don't understand why that was. And it wasn't, like, that was the only part. It was, like, throughout the whole movie. The war scenes, the different action scenes and all that there was just so many different cuts and stuff that you couldn't tell what was going on. Other than, like, yeah, they were fighting, obviously, but there were so many unnecessary cuts. The editing was just really weird. The chicken, I mean, yes, chicken's fine, but you could tell that it was a fake chicken on that cord.
Yeah.
Flying downwards. I don't know. It made no sense. Oh, man.
It was just a bad setup for the whole movie.
And just the editing. If like, they improved the editing, it would have done more credit to the film. Because it wouldn't have been as cringy. But like you said, as soon as those opening films rolled, the opening scene rolled, it was just super, super cringy. And I could not take it. But we move into where she's older, obviously. And she has a sister. Don't know where the sister came from at all. That was completely random. Not only that, do you remember if she had any lines at all that were notable? The sister?
No, I think the only thing I remember her talking is at the end when Mulan came home. That's it. She just ran to her.
Was her sister the one with the spider too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That she was in there and saw that she's the one who freaked out
with the matchmaker and trying to get the match and everything. Yeah. So the opening scene was not necessary. The sister was not necessary. I think that they should have had the grandma there so she can kind of tell the backstory of the ancestors and telling Mulan that the ancestors will always protect you and everything.
There was like no real reference to them at all when in the cartoon it was like all about that.
Yeah, I mean the only part was when she went off to war and the dad was like, please protect her. That was it. For the live action. Which, like I said, if they had the grandma there, she could have just been the one to kind of tell Mulan, hey, like, this is our ancestor backstory, and, have that kind of comedical aspect to her, too, while, like, joking around and stuff like that. Because that's another one of the things, right? With the past two live actions, big blockbuster live actions, it's Mulan, or it's Aladdin and Lion King, right? Those are the two blockbuster ones. Which, fair enough, but these live actions aren't the greatest at all, and I feel like Disney needs to calm it down a little bit. But with Aladdin, did a great job at telling a story while also having the comedical aspect to it, right? Still did a great job at that. They gave Princess Jasmine her time to shine in her own song, made it more serious, and kind of threw in their own stuff while also having that comedical aspect to it. Lion King with Timon and Pumbaa still had the comedical aspect to it. Obviously, with Mulan, there's Mushu and the old lady, the grandma, who have that comedical side to them. But that wasn't in this film because they wanted to make it more realistic. Which I just think ruined the film for me. You don't think so?
No, because now that you say that, like, thinking back to Aladdin stuff, like, I like the animation cartoon version better. But, like, I would have liked the live action better if there was no singing.
For Aladdin?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, I don't know. I feel like now that you say that, like, I think that's why I enjoyed Mulan more, because there was no singing. Like, the singing parts, like, I know it's Disney or whatever, but, like, for me, it's just so boring. It's like, just, there's no storytelling. They're just singing a song, and I have to just wait for it to get over with. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, no, I'll agree. Some songs shouldn't be in live actions. Like like Will Smith and Aladdin singing the first opening scene, the Arabian Nights. I was just kind of like, we didn't really need that.
The only song I liked in Aladdin is when he was coming.
Yeah, Prince Ali.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What was he like with Mulan? I would have liked to see Make a Man Out of You and Reflections, and that's it. Those are the two only ones that I feel like would be the most notable ones I'd want to see. But yeah, well, see, you probably don't remember it since you just watched it this year. Not as big of a fan as Mulan, and I'm not as big as a fan of Mulan either. I just enjoy the movie, the animation. But let's get off topic here. So then we're introduced to Boris Khan and this witch, which I believe I wrote the witch's name down. Where did I write it? I didn't write the witch's name down? Okay, so we'll just refer to her as a witch. So in the animation, we have Shan Yu, who is the leader of the Huns. The Huns or the Hans? I don't know. That was dumb. I'm sorry, guys, if I messed that up. It's been a while since I watched it. So Shan Yu was big and had this, like, weird, like, mustache, and was scary and super big in the cartoon. In the live action, we're introduced to Boris Khan. There is no more Shan Yu. That's Boris Khan and his witch friend. And the witch friend is a female antagonist. And then you have Boris Khan, who's a male antagonist. Now, Boris Khan had no introduction, really. There was no character development behind him. Oh, and one thing I wanted to mention is Boris Khan, the live-action one, looked exactly how I'd imagine Shan Yu to look like in a live-action. Yeah. So, I don't know why... was it because they added the witch that they just completely got rid of the Shan Yu character? Because to me, Boris Khan is exactly like Shan Yu. I think that they picked a great actor for him. He did a really good job. The witch had a great actress. She did a really good job. However, what is the one thing that I've told you that I hated about both of them? About that they didn't do, that they miss about both characters? I just mentioned it.
The character development?
Yeah. But do you agree with me that there was no character development?
Yeah, I do agree with you. There was, you don't know anything about them at all, besides that they were bad. Or, that the guy was bad.
Because, they told a little, there was, 5 minutes where she was, fighting with him or something about how she can do anything because she's a woman, or there's some, little clips in between. Yeah, she was saying
how she was just like Mulan, but instead no one respected her like they did Mulan. I thought there was enough for me about her, personally.
When I watched it the second time, because I watched it a second time, me and Savannah just watched it once together, and then I watched it a second time alone to see, was I too harsh on it? When I watched it the second time, I was like, yeah, there was more character development than I thought on her, the witch. But there just still wasn't enough for me. I thought she was a badass character. I thought that it would have been dope to learn more about her and her kind of play more into the film. Also, at the end, why did she have to die?
Because she was sacrificing her life.
I know, but it was so abrupt. Okay, so they go to the village and they tell all the families, we need one man from each family to fight in the war. And just as so, the dad comes up for Mulan's family, and obviously Mulan's not happy with it because he's too old to fight. And then Mulan goes off and fights, right? But the thing is, there was no emotion. Okay, and I'll say this right now. The actress that played Mulan, I don't know her name, but as her being the leading role in the film, and them Disney wanting to push the message of women are strong and women can do stuff themselves and go out there and fight, I didn't feel that emotion coming from her. Usually when they try to push a message like that in any Disney movies or any movies in general, I feel emotion coming from the actress. I can see it. I can, you can hear it. You can see the way they act with the facial expressions they make. I just felt like there was no emotion from her.
Agreed.
But didn't you tell me that that you feel like that was just a part of her being strong?
I agree with, there could have been more emotion in some scenes, but I do feel like you just gotta keep a straight face. I mean, she's obviously, as a character, I think she'd be upset and everything, and I wouldn't want to cry and show I'm weak. I wouldn't want to smile and show I'm happy. I just want to keep a straight face and have no emotion to kind of get through it all.
That's true, because I guess there wasn't tons of emotion in that animation. But she just kind of takes off so abruptly, you know, in the animation. The dad realizes right away and, like, chases her in the rain, but she just takes off on the horse. Also, there was no relationship with the horse, really. The horse was kind of a random horse that she took. She just stole the dad's horse.
Horses are horses. They're not friends.
Horses are friends. You know, they can talk. In real life, they can talk. Okay, what about The Lion King, where they can talk?
That's different. The whole thing's about animals.
They can just randomly talk. And then she gets to the camp now. She gets to the camp where they're training all the men. And there's this new character in which she becomes friends with. It's not the hunk of junk man that she falls in love with. It's just a new random character that she kind of, what would you say, bonds with as a friendship. But there's, instead of there being a Cricket, there was a character named Cricket. And, you know, some aspects of him were comedical. Only a couple.
His name was Cricket?
Yeah, his name was Cricket. Watching it again, I heard him. He's like, my name's Cricket. And then at the end, they were like, no, Cricket, don't die. So I guess that's a part of it. And then when they were training them, they had the, what would you call it? The music of Make a Man Out of You playing in the background. It was a little bit off rhythm, but I could still hear it. Then what do? They go and fight. The whole camp scene, there was nothing really great about it. You know? There was just... I don't know. I didn't feel that emotion from her. That's the one thing that I always say, is there was just no emotion from her at all. Oh man, it sucks. It just sucks. There's nothing notable from them being there at the camp. There's nothing notable. A couple of the scenes where she's fighting her friend, like, and she releases her, like, inner chi on the friend, I think was a good scene. I think that was good. Then they go into the snow, and all of a sudden, you know, they're fighting, and Mulan shoots the avalanche down, traps the Rorans, and then does she shoot the avalanche before or after she encounters the witch?
After.
After? When did she encounter the witch? When she was, like, walking away, when she got banned already?
Remember, because they were going away. Actually, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it's maybe when she got banned. Was it?
No, it was...
No, it was in the middle, because she was, like... Because they still didn't reveal that she was...
Yeah, they started, and then they started, like, following, like, the main people, and she kept going, and she got lost up there. She found her, she tried to kill her, she didn't, she came back, fought, I think, her big thing, and then at the end of it, she showed?
I think so, yeah. So the witch and Hua Mulan have this kind of heart-to-heart where the witch is kind of explaining, like what you said earlier, where they didn't show her the same respect or treat her the same way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's...
No.
That's
not yet. The very first encounter they had together.
Yeah, what was that about then?
That was her saying, like, who are you? I remember she wouldn't say that she was Mulan yet. She was saying how she was still the guy, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, you're gonna die a liar then. That's when she tried to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
So then she woke up and...
See, that scene I liked because they gave the witch her own scene. They gave her that show time, that camera time, to kind of introduce herself a little bit. However, it was just very quick. There wasn't that much fighting in it. Wasn't much action. Then Mulan gets banned, which is funny because, you know, this girl just took down the whole army for you, but yet you're still banning her? Come on, man.
And that's when she saw her again after.
Oh, yeah, because she was crying, and then she, like, talked to her in, like, a more, like, calm way, not, like, them fighting. It was just, like...
Yeah, because then she was finally like, so you told them.
Because the witch was trying to get her to join her side, right?
Yeah.
Or was the witch trying to join Mulan's side?
No.
It was a witch.
It was always trying to get Mulan to be with her.
Okay. Oh yeah, because she wanted to fight side by side and like take over Boris Khan, kind of in a way. And then she goes back to the camp, and there's this kind of cringy dialogue that I thought was cringy, where everyone was like, "I believe Hua Mulan."
I didn't think that was cringy.
I don't know. There was some. I was just like, eh.
I thought that was very empowering.
Okay, it was empowering, but I just thought it was kind of cringy. Then they get to the final scenes where they're obviously going to protect the Emperor because Boris Khan and the witch are going to kill him. So they're racing over there. The final scenes were my favorite, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think it was everyone's favorite.
Really? So let's get into the end. They were my favorite. And the Emperor decides to try to fight Boris Khan. And then there's a couple scenes where her friends are all fighting the different Rorans. I'm still going to refer to them as Rorans. And then Mulan goes off to find the Emperor and find Boris Khan. And then the ending scene ends with Boris Khan and Mulan on a hanging pole. And she real quickly just... What does she... She cuts it off and then she swings away, right? She cuts the rope.
Yeah, she cuts the rope that they're hanging off on, so he falls and she holds on to the rope.
Okay, yeah, so she cuts the rope, he falls. All lasted 2 minutes. And then he didn't die yet, so the Emperor... What does the Emperor do? I don't remember this. I don't remember the exact details. And the Emperor does something.
I think he gives her no, I think he finishes him off, I think.
Yeah, and he shoots
right?
or he throws an arrow down and he tried to catch it, but he didn't actually catch it. Remember that? That scene, I think that was cool. That last scene. I don't think Mulan just knocking him off the pole was whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But usually he would catch the arrows, and this time he didn't catch it and went right through to his heart. That was a cool scene. And then, she's introduced as this great warrior, and I support her. And also, when me and you were talking about it, shame on us, I guess, the person that everyone was getting hyped up about, the one at the end, was the voice actor of the original Mulan. So that's why everyone was like, oh, I love the cameo. Which, yeah, makes sense. I love the cameo if I knew that too. Mm-hmm. So I think that was a cool touch. Because me and Savannah were wondering, why is everybody hyping her up? What is the reasoning behind that? But then we found out that was because she was a voice actor. I don't know. The film was short, but long. It was long, but not short.
I don't think it felt long. I thought it felt short, but the perfect amount of short to keep me focused the whole way through.
I want to know your thoughts on just the whole film in general. Your key points. Why it was bad, why it was good.
I thought it had the cringy points throughout the movie, but at first I didn't like the witch girl at all. Towards the end I was like, damn, actually she's kind of cool, and I liked her, and I would like to see a movie about just her on
the
Disney
witch.
Plus. Yeah.
Oh, good job, Santa. Even though she did.
Before.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. A movie or a series.
Yeah.
And kind of do what they did with Mandalorian. Well, I guess no, that wouldn't work out that way the same way. But I get what you mean. It'd be a perfect Disney Plus spinoff.
Yeah. And overall, I can say that I enjoyed the movie.
Oh god, here it comes. Here it comes, guys. Here comes the unpopular opinion. I was waiting for this one.
I enjoyed the live action more than I enjoyed the cartoon.
Oh god. There it is.
But
there it is.
I was never a fan of Mulan to begin with. I just think because for me, I can't sit through a movie. I get so unfocused and I can't pay attention. But this had just the perfect enough of stuff to pay attention to that I was actually watching it. With the original Mulan, I kind of got bored. There was kind of boring scenes. They were singing. I'm okay, let's get past this. But this, there was no scene.
Do you like animations more than live action movies?
No, because I like Lion King, the live action, better than the cartoon too.
Okay.
Oh wait, you're saying you like live actions more?
What keeps you more entertained? Animations or live actions?
But it depends.
I know it depends, but I'd say as a whole.
Probably live actions, because it's actual people. But when I'm trying at night, I like watching animations with you. I don't want to watch real people.
Yeah, for sure.
But to keep me actually entertained, I feel live actions tend to keep me more entertained. Because they just look more realistic to me. I like watching... I've always been the more realistic type of person, not more of the dreams type of person. So I just feel like it's more entertaining and like more relatable to watch a live action than it is to watch an animation.
I think Mushu got snubbed.
I like the Phoenix. They could have just named the Phoenix Mushu and called it good.
The Phoenix kind of looked cringy though.
No, I like that. I thought it looked
You
pretty.
thought so?
It kind of, the tail is kind of like pinata like.
Well, that's what threw me off, is it did look kind of like a pinata.
But I thought it was cool.
I don't know. I feel like they could have just brought Mushu. Like, if you're gonna eliminate everything and the songs and everything, just at least give us Mushu.
Well, yeah, that's why I said I don't think it's a Mulan. I think it's a spin-off Mulan.
Yeah, this is what, like I said, I think it should have been called Hua Mulan instead of just Mulan.
Yeah.
But obviously, Mulan's gonna get them more money and stuff because everyone knows that's a household name. I just wish that it's a spin-off. It feels like a spin-off movie to me.
Before everyone hates me for hating it, I think another reason is because it was old. I hate old movies. Period. With anything. That movie was made in like 1999 or something.
Savannah doesn't like the classics.
I don't like old movies. Like, here, nowadays, Finding Dory, Inside Out, great movies. Love them. Can watch them all day. Okay? Great. But that's what it is. It's not that I don't like live or animation more or whatever. It's I don't like the old movies, and that's what I don't like. I don't like old animation. I don't like any of that. That's what it is.
Okay. Fair point. You have a fair point. Sometimes it's not for everybody. Fair point. Fair point. But
Okay, so I like both.
Okay, so I thought you just said that.
No, I like both animation and live action, but I don't like the animation of Mulan.
Okay.
Because it's old.
Okay, and that's why your reasoning behind you don't like the classic ones.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, like, when we watch Pinocchio, I'm sure, like, the Pinocchio live action, you'll like the Pinocchio live action way more. Animation, because Pinocchio animation came out in, like, early years.
Yeah.
It's like one of those super old ones that you
Yeah.
talk about. Little Mermaid, too.
Mm-hmm.
Super old. Snow White.
Like, the princess ones are good. Cinderella, like, that's just, like, a staple, you know? But, like, Mulan, I guess I never grew up watching Mulan, so watching an old movie, it's, like, it's boring. Because it's old.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But, like, Inside Out, Finding Dory, I don't know, whatever. Cars.
Well, Cars, so you're talking about, like, the 2000 movies, really?
Yeah, like, above 2000s. Anything in the 1900s, just count me out. I'm not going to really pay attention. Like, even watching, like, Cinderella and stuff, I still get pretty bored. Because it's just so old and, like, I hate the animation.
A fair point. Like I said, it's not for everybody. My main takeaways from this is that the movie was bad. That's that. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't like the movie, and we're gonna get into your guys' thoughts because I asked you guys all on social media to share your thoughts because we want to hear your thoughts and hear what everyone else thinks. See if there's anything that we didn't know about. So we'll get into that right now. I just didn't like it. It was boring to me. Like, the character development wasn't there. Everyone around the main actress was better than her, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think they could have found a better Mulan.
Yeah, and that's no disrespect to the actress. Like, she is probably a great actress. I don't know her portfolio or anything. But just for this role, I don't think that she was the right fit. I think that there could have been better candidates for this role. That's just my opinion. Everybody else did great. Boris Khan or Bori Khan. It may be Bori Khan now that I think about it.
I don't know.
They're better actors. The witch was a better actress. And that's just my personal opinion. Overall, I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 10. Do I think you guys should buy it? No. Even if you're a big fan of Mulan, no. I think you should wait till December. What's your final ranking?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10? That's fair. I think people will like that. We're going to get into the thoughts right now. I asked you guys on Instagram and our YouTube community tab to share your thoughts. And as always, if you're not following us on those, then make sure you are, because I do stuff like this all the time where you guys have a chance to be featured. I'm sorry if we don't get to your thoughts. We can't obviously fit tons and tons in here, so we're just going to do a couple of them. So these will come from Instagram first. Let's see. They said, Supreme.Alyssa says, I don't really like it. There's some movies you can recreate and some not. Like, they are trying to create a live action Hercules. So what would be a prime example? What do you think that couldn't get created as a live action?
Cars.
Yeah, but that's not a classic. You could have talking cars.
Well, I don't know. I would have said Lion King.
Yeah, but
and then here we are.
That. Okay, but what about Lilo and Stitch? How are they going to do that? And Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie of all the time, and I'm still skeptical on it. You know, so I don't know.
Take away Stitch.
Someone Guerrera_305 said it's not good. Theme Park Takeover said, "Yikes! I called it being bad the moment they announced no music and took out characters." Fair point. TBH, after reading lots of reviews, I'm gonna just save $30 and wait till December 4th from Adventures with John Jr. I'd agree on that.
I would have too. If I even seeing it now, I wouldn't have spent $30 or even $15 on it. Because just Mulan isn't like my favorite series, but
I'd wait.
Yeah.
Or
I'd still wait.
I'd try to get someone else's account if I didn't buy it.
Exactly.
Looper to Hooper says, "Pass. We'll wait for the movie with at least some original thought." I don't. What do you mean? Let's see. We'll wait for a movie with at least some original thought. Does he talk about like he wants a spin-off, or does he want it to follow the animation?
I think he meant to follow the animation.
Okay.
I don't know.
Our good friend Rob, my opinion was it was okay. I didn't like it, but I could see a newer, younger generation liking it. That's a very fair point.
That's me, because I never watched a bunch of Disney movies.
We'll see, like, that, me and you were the same age, but we have different mindsets.
Yeah.
I love that stuff, and because I grew up with it. You didn't grow up with it as much. You didn't watch all the old ones. So, yeah, I could see that.
100% agree.
So that's a fair point?
Yes.
So, good job, Rob. You made a fair point. We'll do our last one on Instagram. We'll pick a good one here.
Wow.
Though the movie was a lot different than the original, it was still good, but with mishaps by HHN and stuff. Fair point. We made that. It just had issues on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move into our YouTube community tab, which if you guys don't know what the YouTube community tab is, it'll pop up in your feed like I just uploaded a new video, but instead it'll be a post. So, from Jennifer I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce that name. Mulan is my favorite princess. The animated movie is iconic. I feel like I had too many expectations, which was my fault. The movie trailers were great, which got me excited and pumped up. I couldn't even finish watching the live action. I was so disappointed. The storyline was okay, but it seemed fast-paced. The characters were boring. Sigh, it's just a huge disappointment from my stance. I hated it. I think one of the things that stands out the most in that is where was it at? The storyline was okay, but it seemed fast-paced.
It did seem very fast-paced. And I could say I didn't have any expectations at all. I thought it was going to be bad.
And this is coming from she said Mulan is her favorite.
So I thought this movie was going to be bad, so maybe that's why I think it's
better. You had lower expectations already. Yeah, I feel like you were going in with... Because the trailers look good in my opinion. I know they probably didn't look in your...
I didn't really watch them.
Okay, so I watched the trailers. And the trailers looked really, really good, but this is one of the instances where the trailers look good.
Maybe because I wasn't so hyped up as like you were. Like you saw the trailers. I didn't really watch it, so I didn't really know what to expect. Because you just weren't as interested in it. Yeah. The Jedi said, I actually thought this was a decent remake. I thought they represented the story of Mulan very well, but comparing it to the animated version, it had some flaws. One, not as interesting. There was no comic relief, so it was kind of hard to stay focused on it. Two, Mushu wasn't in it, which was a big red flag, got to say. Overall, I'd watch this again, but not again and again. Also a fair point, because if you're comparing it to the animation, yes, it's a bad movie. Yeah.
But if it's a standalone movie, then yeah, I guess you could say it was pretty good. Fair point to the Jedi. Movie Howler says it's currently battling with Lion King for the most soulless Disney live-action remake. I know you won't agree with that.
Okay.
Isabella Moore says, I did not like it at all. I've never really supported the live-action remakes, and this is clear proof as to why. Sure, there's some good ones like Aladdin or Alice in Wonderland, but these, not so great. They take the magic and fun out of the originals, very lackluster. I will agree to that point on some of them, one being this. We'll get to our last one from YouTube. I don't think I want to watch it, not only because I'm a fan of the original animated Mulan, but the fact that there's so much negative baggage associated with the film, the fact that there's collaboration between Disney and... Oh, I heard about this. So the camera cut out from Savannah, so we're just going to wrap this up. I did hear about this, that there was... there's certain things, and I don't know all the details about it, but there's certain issues right now that Disney actually was thanking like a certain committee or something that is abusing basic human rights, or they're filming in regions of concentration camps and such. So yeah, that's a yikes, Disney. I didn't know that was a thing until I saw it posted all over Twitter. But yeah, that's a yikes. That comment was from Tony G. So thank you guys to everybody who commented and shared your thoughts. Like I said, I'm always doing these on social media, so if you guys want a chance to be featured, then make sure that you're following us on social media and such. And yeah, my name is Scott. I hope you guys enjoyed this Mulan review.
I'm Savannah, kind of.
Yeah, it's just half Savannah. You guys can't see her anymore. But yeah, this has been our Mulan review. It's our honest...
Don't hate me, please.
Don't. Well, I mean, I think we had a fair review.
Yeah, but Mulan people are gonna hate me. So
Mulan fans.
Just don't comment it.
Yeah, that was our Mulan review. We'll return back again with the Exploring Disney podcast very soon, but we're going on vacation. Woohoo! Next week, we'll be on vacation, depending on when you watch it. We're going on the 17th. We're filming this on the 9th. We're going to Magic Kingdom. We're going to Walt Disney World, so you guys stay tuned for those videos on our YouTube channel for sure. And I should be putting out a video sometime soon, if it's not up already, of our complete details of our Walt Disney World trip, because it has been switched around so much. I wanted to let you guys know the content that's coming and all that different stuff. My name is Scott from the Exploring Disney podcast.
And I'm Savannah!
And that's Savannah. We have been exploring Disney. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Positivity is key. And most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out. And there's Savannah's fingers right there. So, see ya.